Two words. Last Airbender. Hello today, my name is Jonathan Hernandez, and I'll be talking about why not to watch or buy the Last Airbender movie by M. Night Shyamalan. Due warning, a lot of spoilers. This is a story based off an original book of a cartoon series that, as far as stories goes, M. Night Shyamalan saw his daughter watching the show and said, "Oh, I'm just gonna make a movie out of it." No, don't do that. He started casting people in what is called a blind casting, which he said, "I'm just gonna cast people and hire them based off their acting performances." This was really wrong. The children and everything that they hired for this whole casting crew did not know how to act at all. Their lines were thrown out without emotion, without any evidence of a backstory, which is my main problem. This show has a lot of emotion. It has a lot of problems, feeling. It leads up to a bunch of moments, and then when you watch the movie, there is nothing there. There was no character development. There was nothing. Too much, too little time. This show has a lot of episodes where M. Night Shyamalan decided to actually sum up the whole majority of the episodes in 2 hours of film. Not even Harry Potter was able to do this in its whole entirety of the series. Yes, some of the books were actually shrunk down to 2 hours, but they managed to achieve a few things. They managed to achieve key points, things they needed to do, character development, and capturing the moment. These things did not actually at all go into the Avatar movie. It looked sped up, it looked like it was rushed, it looked like there was no script, and they were just trying to follow along based on whatever they try to remember off the last day. The lines were completely generic and made, which leads to my second topic, the storyline. You can find those stories anywhere, and yet completely destroy the story from what it was. Made it to a version for his own liking and his understanding.
I ran away before they trained me to be the Avatar. Why did you run away?
No. No.
They said I could never have a family. Why can't the Avatar have a family? They said that's a sacrifice the Avatar always has to make.
Where it doesn't make any sense at all why he changed that.
A long time ago, the spirit world kept balance over us.
What is the spirit world, Grandma?
Well, it's not a place made up of things you can touch, but it exists nonetheless. It is filled with the most amazing forms of dazzling creatures that exist in the most exotic valleys and mountains.
You know what I just heard? Blah, blah, spiritual mumbo-jumbo, blah, blah, something about space.
The Fire Nation doesn't wish to live by the spirits. That's why they are so frightened by the existence of the Avatar.
He changed character names. Why would you do that with character names? You don't do that. Especially iconic characters. How would you feel if all of a sudden Frodo from Lord of the Rings was called Elmo? Just because you think that's how it sounded better. No, that doesn't sound right at all. If people from the books, people from the fans recognize the name, recognize anything from the show, it's the main character's name. And yet you just change it for your own liking. The creators of the show spent many years and thought into creating how this show was going to look, feel, act, what moves are they going to do, what moves not they're going to do. They even hired an authentic martial artist to actually distinguish which martial arts move, and they actually practiced in hand how to do them so they can actually replicate it very well in those fighting moves in the show.
My name is Sifu Kisu. I'm the martial art instructor and consultant for the Avatar animated series. We're taking movements from traditional martial arts and translate that to an animated series. We were attempting to figure out what would be the best way to get the animators to understand the basic movements of the style. So we decided that the best way, of course, would be to get these people to actually perform the movements.
And the show just took all of that and just threw it out the window. This movie is basically somewhat of a waste of time. If you want to see it, go see it under your own. If you want to see it, go see it under your own discretion. But don't get your hopes up. It's not something that I recommend seeing. This is not something to strive for unless you're an actual CG artist. If you want to learn how to make the CGs and the moves and the smoke effects, the tornadoes, the ice crystals, I would recommend watching them because they're actually very good CGI. I would not recommend for someone that's trying to be a director or someone that's actually trying to learn how to write scripts and stuff like that, because this movie has no script, has no direction flow. The actors were lost most of the time, and they just never had a character development at all, and the story was all made up compared to the original. I just recommend not going through this movie at all. A lot of you already know and seen this movie and already have suffered through the consequences of it. I just wouldn't even bother anymore. This is Jonathan Hernandez. Thank you for watching.